Demon Hunter never actually went home in the portal, wasn't quite within range. But this is good for me, because the Demon Hunter has a lot of potions of health on it, and there's no way that Death Knight can kill it. So he's wasting money on portals, even though he can't win this battle, even though he doesn't quite realise it, because he doesn't know the amount of potions I've got on me. So never bother changing the Death Knight there. Just go instantly back to creeping, realising it's obviously got auras, and there's no way of me catching up with it anyway. So obviously, if you just look at that battle alone, he lost a Dreadlord, and he lost... How many ghouls did they have? He must have had 8 or 9. And that was all because of Wand of Lightning. So I've won 3 kind of mini battles. They're not huge. I haven't like decimated a huge army or anything. But those kind of 3 initial encounters have made a huge impact in the overall game. It basically means I can't win. Unless I make a huge mistake, this game is over. It's given me too much of an advantage. So I see him walking past my expansion, so I know exactly where he is again. But I don't really care where he is, because I'm just going to creep, realising I've got a big lead on him. And as you can see, I've got Wisp kind of laid out around the map a bit. I've got one at an expansion, I've got one at the top left expansion. Just kind of keeping an eye on him, making sure he doesn't stick an expansion up like he did in that first game. He doesn't really have much else to do, so he's going to try and kill that Tree of Life. He knows fine well he isn't going to be able to kill it. So I just run home, doing as much damage as I can, start healing the Tree of Life, realise it's not going to die any portals home. So it's crucial for Bei at this point, because he's got no expansion and because he's so far behind, to stay in no upkeep, which he is indeed doing. And he's going to now try and creep those golems and get a super item. Now he's got a healing scroll. You need a healing scroll if an undead player is going to creep those golems, so he'll do that no problem. And I'm just going to start creeping the 6 o'clock normal creeps. I could probably start creeping the golems at this point, but I will get round to them very, very soon. Let's see what item Bei gets from the golems. He gets a demonic figurine. A terrible item versus a Night Elf player, especially with Mastrai as that. Oh boy, that demonic figurine disappears instantly and gives me a buttload of experience. So I'm heading straight for the centre here. As you're well aware, the Drake at centre is capable of dropping a super item, restoration potions, etc. And as you can see, he is starting the expansion. I'm fully aware of that expansion starting because of that well placed Wisp. And I'm going to let it finish because I realise I will have a much superior army because of all the early encounters. I'm just going to let it finish, let it complete, make him waste the money, then go in and kill it right now. So I got a potion of restoration there, best possible item I could have got. And the expansion is just finished. Now where am I going? I guess I'm just scouting his other expansion. In the meantime, I'm letting a few acolytes appear at his expansion. So bye bye acolyte. And he's creeped 2 sets of golems now, and he wisely has used his Doomguard now rather than just let me abolish magic it. Now what did he get as a second item? Did he get 2 demonic figurines? Is that why he's got one in his army? He used one to creep and he got a second one. Maybe? Maybe not? Oh no, sorry, he got a Ring of Protection +4, sorry. That's what he's got. So, 2 pretty bad items there for Bei, what a shame. But at least he's got the experience and the gold from those creeps. Better than nothing, I guess. And I can see where he is, I know where he is, so I'm going to run in, and at this point I'm thinking I'm going to abolish Magic's demonic figurine when I get within range. So, look at that demonic figurine about to vanish almost instantly. Nice experience there for my heroes. Keeper of the Grove now moved up a level. So just going to try and take out a couple of ghouls here. He can't fight. He's only in no upkeep. And I'm at 70 army. So he has no choice but to run. So at this point I realise what he's doing. He doesn't have an expansion. He needs an expansion. So all I need to do is basically contain him. And this is what you should do if you're in this kind of situation. Don't rush. Just kind of screw around. Creep as much as you can. Get all the creeps finished. And then just work totally and stop him expanding. Eventually I will go into high upkeep, get a 90 army, and let's see him try and beat that. So I'm expanding again in the meantime, whilst I've got this huge advantage over him at the 6 o'clock position. And I've also upgraded Nature's Blessing as well in case he tries to do hit and runs on expansions. Now I probably should have started creeping the golems a bit earlier, but I'm going to start now. It's going to allow him to get a slight lead in golems. So this will be his third set of golems now. Let's see if we can get a better item from these ones. And I'm now going to start my first set of golems. And I'm just moving wisps around the map here. I'm sending another wisp up to the top left hand position because the last one died. Just want to keep an eye on these expansions and make sure he doesn't get one. And he has got another bad item. What's that? A Periapt of Health. Plus 300 hit points. God, that's almost worthless. So what item do I get? I get a Ring of Protection plus 4, so that kinda evens it out. We've both got one of those crappy items. So I've gone very, very heavy in the Dryads here. And I'm just doing all Dryads. And I'm doing nothing else. All Dryads are fine when you've got such a huge advantage. He's definitely doing a better job of creeping, because obviously that's all he can do. So he's good thing about undead is he do creep extremely quickly. I've forgotten about a mercenary camp there. Oops. Moving on to the second set of golems. And I've got a third hero in my army now, the Priestess of the Moon. And in this creeping, I'm going to get a level 6 Demon Hunter with Metamorphosis, which is obviously huge versus an undead player. Scroll of Animate Dead, so another shit item for me. The best items those creeps can drop are Infernal Stones and Scrolls of Restoration. So he's actually going to manage to get 4 sets of golems to my 2 sets, but that isn't going to be enough for him to get back into this game. He desperately needs an expansion, but as you can see I've got wisps at nearly all the expansions. Scroll of Restoration, so he's finally got a good item. A very, very good item. They can win the games alone, those type of items, but maybe not quite overturn an advantage this huge. But as you can see, we'll all have a fight later on, which does kind of work out reasonably okay for him, but I've got far too big an army for him to win the game from it. And I'm now 90-90, high upkeep, 90-90, getting gold, at the lowest possible income of 4 gold per wisp return. But even though that's the case, because I've got 3 bases now, I'm getting 12 gold per round versus his only 7 gold per round, so still far more income than he's got, even though I'm in high upkeep. So his army is now only 60-60. Oops, he needs another ziggurat before he can make any more ghouls. And he's got absolutely no money